Belief in oneself is the foundation of every victory, the invisible force that propels ordinary individuals into extraordinary lives. It is not merely thinking positively or saying affirmations. It is an unshakable conviction deep within, a certainty that no matter the circumstances, no matter the obstacles, you are capable of achieving what you set your mind to. This belief is the difference between those who succeed and those who wander through life, allowing fear and doubt to dictate their path. When you hold a deep, unwavering belief in your abilities, it changes the way you approach challenges, the way you interpret setbacks, and the way you act in pursuit of your goals. It transforms hesitation into action and uncertainty into clarity. Many people fail not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they lack the foundational belief that they can succeed. Without belief, every failure feels permanent, every obstacle insurmountable, and every risk too dangerous to take. Belief acts as a compass, guiding you through storms and directing your energy towards solutions rather than problems. It instills courage when fear wants to dominate. It sparks motivation when lethargy tempts you to stop. And it fuels perseverance when others give up. Belief is not passive, it is active, alive, and powerful. It is reinforced through action, through the small victories you accumulate daily, the challenges you overcome, and the lessons you learn from mistakes. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a confirmation of your potential and a reinforcement of your belief. When you wake up each morning with a strong sense of purpose and a belief in your ability to make things happen, your actions align with your intentions, and the universe responds to the energy you emit. Your mind begins to see possibilities where others see impossibilities. Opportunities begin to present themselves because your focus is attuned to solutions rather than limitations. Belief creates a mental environment where success is inevitable because it programs your subconscious to work relentlessly your favor, guiding decisions, sparking creativity, and generating resilience that refuses to quit. This type of belief is different from arrogance or blind confidence. It is grounded in an understanding of your inherent worth, your capacity to learn, grow, and adapt. It acknowledges the challenges ahead but refuses to be deterred by them, knowing that every obstacle is an opportunity to prove your strength and refine your approach. People who cultivate such belief develop an inner fortitude that is unshakable, a mental armor that protects them from the influence of naysayers, negative circumstances, and self-imposed limitations. It allows you to maintain focus on your vision, even when progress seems slow, and to continue moving forward with faith in yourself, knowing that persistence fueled by belief will eventually manifest results. Belief also transforms failure into feedback rather than defeat. When you truly believe in yourself, setbacks are temporary deviations, not permanent judgments on your potential. You analyze what went wrong, learn from it, and continue with even greater determination. This mindset is what turns ordinary people into champions, those who refuse to let external circumstances define them, those who persist when others quit, and those who understand that the first battle is always fought within the mind. The clarity and strength that come from unshakable self-belief inspire others, attract support, and open doors that would otherwise remain closed. When people sense your confidence rooted in genuine belief, they are drawn to you, they trust your vision, and they want to be part of your journey. Every action you take becomes purposeful, deliberate, and aligned with the understanding that success is not a matter of luck, but a matter of consistent, focused effort backed by belief. Building such belief requires discipline, self-awareness, and an ongoing commitment to nurture your mind with empowering thoughts, constructive influences, and evidence of your past successes. It requires recognizing and challenging the doubts and fears that creep into your consciousness and refusing to give them space. The mind becomes a garden, and belief is the seed that, when watered daily with positivity, action, and self-affirmation, grows into an unbreakable tree of confidence, capable of withstanding any storm. This belief is the spark that ignites motivation when the world feels heavy, the anchor that keeps you steady when distractions abound, and the fuel that drives relentless action toward your dreams. It is the foundation upon which all other principles of success rest, because without belief, knowledge, skills, and strategy have limited effect. When you cultivate this unshakable belief in yourself, you operate from a position of power. You make decisions with clarity and courage, and you face life's challenges with a mindset that refuses to accept mediocrity. Every victory, every achievement, Every milestone begins in the mind with the conviction that you can, that you will, and that no obstacle is too great to overcome if your belief is strong enough to carry you through, shaping your reality, guiding your actions, and transforming your potential into undeniable results that continue to compound over time. Your mind is a powerful instrument capable of creating realities far beyond what most people imagine, and visualization is the tool that allows you to harness that power. When you vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals, experiencing success, and living the life you desire, you are not merely daydreaming, you are programming your subconscious mind to align with your vision. Visualization works because your mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined with clarity and intensity. When you consistently see yourself accomplishing your dreams, your subconscious begins to create pathways to make that vision tangible, influencing your thoughts, emotions, and actions in ways that naturally draw you towards success. Every thought you entertain, every mental image you focus on, sends signals to your subconscious that shape your beliefs and habits. If you see yourself succeeding, your mind starts to seek opportunities, solutions, and strategies that will turn those images into reality. The process of visualization requires detail and emotion. It is not enough to vaguely imagine success. You must feel it. Experience it in your mind as though it is happening now. Picture the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations of your achievement. Feel the excitement, the pride, and the satisfaction that comes with realizing your dreams. This emotional engagement amplifies the signal sent to your subconscious, making it far more likely that your actions will align with your vision. Many people underestimate the importance of this mental rehearsal. They focus solely on external action without first conditioning their mind to expect success, which is why so many talented and hardworking individuals fall short. The mind is a magnet, and it draws toward itself what you feed it. If you dwell on doubts, fears, and failure, your subconscious will orchestrate experiences that match those thoughts. Conversely, if you consistently visualize success, your subconscious will guide you toward choices, behaviors, and opportunities that support your growth and achievement. Visualization is not a substitute for action. It is the precursor to action. It prepares your mind to recognize possibilities, anticipate challenges, and respond creatively. Athletes, performers, and successful entrepreneurs all understand this principle intuitively. They mentally rehearse their victories, imagine themselves overcoming obstacles, and see the precise steps they need to take before executing them in reality. This practice builds confidence, sharpens focus, and instills a sense of inevitability about success. The more you engage in visualization, the more natural it becomes to act in ways that are consistent with your imagined outcomes. Decisions that once seemed difficult or risky become clear because your mind has already seen the path forward. The obstacles that once caused hesitation now appear as manageable challenges because you have rehearsed overcoming them in your mind. Moreover, visualization fosters resilience. When setbacks occur, as they inevitably will, the images of your successful outcome act as a stabilizing force, reminding you of your ultimate goal and motivating you to persist. The mind becomes accustomed to winning, so temporary failures do not derail your progress. They are merely detours, not dead ends. To practice visualization effectively, it is essential to dedicate time daily to focus on your goals. Create a mental movie in your mind of yourself living your desired reality. Engage all your senses and emotions. Repeat this exercise consistently until it becomes second nature, until the mental image is so vivid that it feels as though it is already happening. This repetition reinforces the neural pathways associated with success, making your subconscious mind a powerful ally in achieving your goals. Visualization also cultivates creativity and problem-solving skills. When your mind is focused on a clear vision of success, it naturally begins to generate ideas, strategies, and solutions that align with that vision. You become more intuitive, more alert to opportunities, and more confident in your ability to navigate challenges. The clarity gained through visualization eliminates hesitation and doubt, replacing them with a sense of purpose, direction, and certainty. Your actions become deliberate and focused, fueled by the confidence that comes from having already mentally experienced success. In essence, visualization bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It transforms abstract goals into concrete experiences in Your mind creating a roadmap for your subconscious to follow. By consistently engaging in this practice, you align your thoughts, emotions, and action with the life you desire, activating the creative power of your mind to manifest success. Visualization is a tool that, when used correctly and consistently, transforms dreams into reality, guiding you step by step toward your ultimate goals, influencing your mindset, shaping your behavior, and creating an unshakable belief that success is not just possible, but inevitable. Action is the bridge that transforms dreams into reality, the tangible force that converts thought into accomplishment. And without it, belief and visualization remain mere concepts floating in the mind. Consistent, relentless action is what separates those who succeed from those who only wish for success. Every goal, no matter how grand or small, requires deliberate steps toward its realization. It is not enough to simply desire or imagine success. Action is the language of achievement, the mechanism through which ideas are tested, refined, and brought to life. Taking action begins with a mindset of commitment, a refusal to wait for perfect conditions, and an understanding that progress, however incremental, compounds over time. Many people hesitate because they fear failure, rejection, or criticism. But action requires courage, the courage to step forward even when the path is unclear, the courage to risk discomfort in pursuit of growth, and the courage to persist when results are not immediately visible. Each action you take, no matter how small, generates momentum. Momentum is the force that carries you past resistance, inertia, and doubt. And once it is in motion, it becomes increasingly easier to continue moving forward. Winners understand that action is not sporadic or reactive. It is consistent, disciplined, and intentional. They develop daily routines and habits that align with their goals, understanding that repeated effort compounds into mastery, influence, and eventual triumph. Relentless action also requires adaptability, the willingness to adjust strategies when necessary while maintaining unwavering focus on the ultimate objective. The path to success is rarely linear. Obstacles, setbacks, and unexpected challenges are inevitable. Yet, the person committed to action sees these not as reasons to quit, but as signals to refine, innovate, and persist with even greater determination. Action is also a teacher, revealing what works, what does not, and what must be improved. Ideas alone remain theoretical until tested in the real world. Each step forward provides feedback, insight, and experience, and through this process, skills are honed, confidence grows, and resilience is built. The power of action is amplified when combined with belief and visualization. Belief fuels the courage to act. Visualization provides clarity and direction, and action executes the vision, making the intangible tangible. Without action, the other principles are incomplete, because the universe responds to movement, not intention alone. Taking action transforms energy into results, thoughts into achievements, and potential into performance. Consistency in action is key. Sporadic bursts of effort produce inconsistent results, while discipline, daily effort, creates habits that are self-reinforcing. Habits are the architecture of achievement. They automate success by aligning your behaviors with your goals. Relentless action also develops character, teaching patience, perseverance, and humility. It instills the understanding that success is earned through effort, and that the journey itself builds strength, wisdom, and resilience. There is no substitute for the power of persistent effort. For each step taken, no matter how small, is a declaration that you refuse to remain stagnant, that you are willing to do whatever it takes to win. Action transforms fear into courage, uncertainty into clarity, and potential into results. The individual who acts relentlessly is never at the mercy of circumstance. They create circumstances in alignment with their vision. Action generates confidence because progress is evidence of capability. As results accumulate, your belief strengthens, your vision becomes clear, and your commitment deepens. Relentless action also attracts opportunities, resources, and allies. People and circumstances respond to energy and initiative. When you move decisively toward your goals, doors open, solutions appear, and networks expand in ways that would not occur if you waited passively for success to arrive. To maintain relentless action, one must cultivate discipline, focus, a refusal to be distracted by negativity, fear, or procrastination. Time, energy, and attention are finite resources, and where they are invested determines the outcome. Winners prioritize action on high-impact activities, ensuring that every effort is directed toward the achievement of their vision. Action must be purposeful, guided by clarity, informed by learning and driven by a relentless desire to win. It is a commitment to never settle for mediocrity, to continually push beyond comfort zones, and to embrace the process of growth that action inherently provides. The act of doing, of moving forward consistently, builds momentum, confidence, resilience, and skill. And it is the cumulative effect of this relentless pursuit that transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. Shaping their destiny and making the impossible inevitable. Challenges are not barriers to success. They are the stepping stones, the training grounds, and the refining fires through which greatness is forged. Every obstacle encountered in life is an opportunity in disguise, a chance to develop strength, resilience, and wisdom that cannot be gained through ease or comfort. Those who win understand that life will never be without difficulty, setbacks, or unexpected turns. And the measure of success is not the absence of problems, but the ability to navigate and rise above them. Embracing challenges begins with a shift in perspective, seeing obstacles not as threats, but as opportunities to grow, to learn, and to prove your capacity to overcome. When faced with difficulty, most people react with fear, frustration, or avoidance, allowing challenges to dictate their path and limit their potential. Winners, however, recognize that each challenge carries a hidden lesson, a message about what needs to change, what must be strengthened, and how to improve. The greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity for growth, and the more profound the victory when it is overcome. Challenges test more than skill or knowledge. They test character, patience, determination, and mental fortitude. They force you to confront limitations, push beyond comfort zones, and find reserves of courage and creativity that lie dormant until provoked by adversity. By embracing challenges, you cultivate resilience, the inner strength that allows you to recover from setbacks, persist through difficulty, and maintain focus on your vision when others falter. Challenges also sharpen problem-solving abilities, compelling you to think critically, adapt strategies, and innovate solutions that may not have been apparent in easier circumstances. Every problem faced is a chance to develop resourcefulness, creativity, and ingenuity, skills that become invaluable assets in the pursuit of lasting success. Furthermore, embracing challenges builds confidence. Each time you face a difficulty and persevere, you reinforce the belief in your ability to overcome future obstacles. Confidence grows not from smooth paths, but from navigating rough terrain, from proving to yourself repeatedly that no challenge is insurmountable when met with focus, courage, and persistence. Challenges also cultivate patience and discipline. They teach the value of sustained effort over time, the importance of incremental progress, and the necessity of staying committed to a long-term vision despite short-term setbacks. Life's greatest achievements often require persistence through prolonged difficulties, and learning to embrace these experiences ensures that you do not give up prematurely. Resistance and adversity are in fact indicators that you are on the path to growth. The moment you encounter struggle, it often means you are stepping beyond old boundaries, expanding your capabilities, and entering a realm where transformation occurs. Avoiding challenges limits potential, while confronting them accelerates growth and builds the mental toughness required to win consistently. Challenges also provide clarity about priorities, values, and purpose. When confronted with difficulty, you are forced to evaluate what truly matters, focus on what is essential, and to discard distractions or unproductive efforts. In doing so, challenges streamline your path, concentrating energy and attention on actions that yield meaningful results. Additionally, embracing challenges fosters humility and empathy. Overcoming obstacles reminds you that success is earned through effort and perseverance, and it deepens understanding of others who face their own struggles, creating a mindset of gratitude and connection rather than entitlement. To face challenges effectively, it is essential to develop a proactive approach. Anticipate obstacles, prepare mentally and strategically, and approach difficulties with curiosity rather than fear. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift to asking, "What can I learn from this? And how can I use it to grow?" This mindset transforms adversity into advantage, turning setbacks into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Challenges also demand accountability and responsibility. Winners take ownership of circumstances, refusing to blame others or external conditions. By embracing challenges, You empower yourself to control your response, your actions, and ultimately your results, regardless of the external situation. Moreover, challenges build endurance, the ability to keep moving forward despite exhaustion, frustration, or uncertainty. Success is rarely instantaneous. It is forged through repeated trials, each one demanding persistence, effort, and focus. By welcoming difficulties, you cultivate the stamina necessary to sustain high performance over the long journey toward your goals. Each challenge met and overcome adds to your repertoire of experience, confidence, and resilience, equipping you to face even greater tests in the future. Life continuously presents opportunities disguised as challenges, and those who embrace them harness these experiences to evolve, expand their capability, and move steadily towards success, understanding that the journey through adversity is the path to true mastery, strength, and ultimate victory. Mastering your emotions and mindset is one of the most powerful skills a person can develop on the path to winning, because success is as much an internal achievement as it is an external one. Your mindset shapes the lens through which you perceive the world, influences the choices you make, and determines the persistence you bring to every challenge you encounter. Without control over your mind and emotions, even the most talented, prepared, and determined individuals can sabotage their own success through fear, doubt, impatience, or negativity. Mastery begins with awareness, the conscious recognition of your thoughts, feelings, and habitual reactions. When you are aware of how your mind operates and how emotions influence behavior, you gain the ability to intervene and direct your energy toward outcomes that serve your goals rather than hinder them. Emotions, when unmanaged, can cloud judgment, create indecision, and provoke actions that contradict long-term interests. Fear can paralyze you. Anger can lead to rash decisions. And impatience can prompt you to abandon effort prematurely. Developing mastery over your emotional state allows you to navigate these impulses with clarity, responding deliberately rather than reacting instinctively. The first step in mastering emotions is understanding that feelings are temporary and often situational, whereas your mindset is under your control. By choosing to focus on empowering thoughts and perspectives, you can reshape your emotional response, replacing anxiety, frustration, or self-doubt with confidence, patience, and resolve. A disciplined mindset is built through intentional practice, daily reflection, and consistent mental conditioning. Positive affirmations, meditation, visualization, and deliberate reframing of challenges are all tools that strengthen mental resilience and reinforce the belief that you are capable of achieving your goals. Mindset mastery also involves cultivating a growth-oriented perspective, recognizing that every experience, whether a success or setback, is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and evolve. Challenges and failures are not reflections of your inadequacy, but signals for growth and refinement. With a growth mindset, difficulties become lessons, and effort is celebrated as a necessary ingredient of mastery and progress. Emotional mastery requires that you take responsibility for your internal state rather than allowing external circumstances or the behavior of others to dictate how you feel. Winners understand that the world will never conform to their desires perfectly, and rather than seeking control over external conditions, they focus on controlling their response, attitude, and perspective. This creates a sense of inner power that no obstacle can diminish. Another crucial aspect is patience and delayed gratification. Emotions often push us toward instant results, whether seeking approval, comfort, or avoidance of discomfort, but lasting success demands long-term commitment and the ability to tolerate temporary frustration without losing motivation. By mastering patience, you maintain consistent effort, sustain focus, and resist the temptation to quit when immediate rewards are absent. Emotional and mindset mastery also strengthens decision-making. When the mind is calm, clear, and focused, you can analyze situations objectively, weigh risks effectively, and make choices aligned with your long-term vision rather than short-term impulses. Anxiety, stress, or impulsivity clouds judgment and can derail even the most well-laid plans. So maintaining emotional equilibrium is essential for high performance. Self-discipline and self-regulation are integral to this mastery. You must train yourself to recognize negative or destructive thought patterns and intentionally replace them with empowering, constructive ones. Over time, these mental habits become automatic, forming a resilient and adaptive mindset capable of sustaining motivation and focus under pressure. Emotional mastery also enhances relationships and communication, which are critical to achieving goals that involve collaboration, influence, or leadership. When you can manage your emotions effectively, you project confidence, stability, and composure, inspiring trust and respect from others, and creating environments where opportunities are more likely to flourish. Additionally, mastering your mindset fosters a sense of gratitude, perspective, and purpose. When you maintain mental control, you can appreciate progress, remain focused on what matters, and avoid distractions or negativity that derail your efforts. It reinforces the understanding that success is not merely about external achievements, but about the ability to operate with clarity, consistency, and integrity regardless of circumstances. Mindset and emotional mastery are ongoing processes. They require vigilance, reflection, and continuous effort to refine. Every thought you entertain, every reaction you have, and every emotional impulse you experience is an opportunity to practice control, develop resilience, and strengthen your inner power. The individual who masters their emotions and mindset does not rely on luck, circumstance, or external validation to succeed. Instead, they create stability within themselves, allowing them to act decisively, persevere through adversity, and maintain unwavering focus on the vision they have set. By cultivating this inner mastery, you unlock a level of performance, resilience, and clarity that becomes the foundation upon which all other principles of success are built, empowering you to navigate the complexity of life and remain steadfast in your pursuit of victory. Commitment to lifelong growth and learning is the cornerstone of sustained success, the principle that ensures that winning is not a one-time achievement, but an ongoing journey of improvement, adaptation, and expansion. Those who embrace this mindset understand that the world is constantly evolving, that knowledge, skill, and circumstances shift, and that resting on past accomplishments is the surest way to stagnation. Lifelong growth is a deliberate, conscious choice to remain curious, teachable, and open to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. It requires humility, the recognition that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn, and that every person, experience, and challenge carries a lesson worth absorbing. Learning does not stop when formal education ends. It is an active, continuous process that extends into every facet of life. It involves seeking knowledge intentionally, developing new skills, refining existing abilities, and consistently pushing beyond comfort zones to expand your capabilities. Those who commit to lifelong growth understand that the world rewards adaptability. The ability to learn quickly, adjust strategies, and evolve with changing circumstances is what differentiates individuals who remain relevant and effective from those who fall behind. Growth requires an intentional focus on self-improvement, dedicating time and energy to reading, studying, observing, reflecting, and practicing. It means actively seeking out mentors, coaches, and environments that challenge and elevate your thinking, as well as being willing to invest resources in developing your mind, character, and skill set. Lifelong learning also involves embracing failure as a vital teacher. Every mistake, setback, or misstep contains information and insight that, if understood and applied, accelerates growth. The individual committed to continuous learning reframes failure not as a reflection of inadequacy, but as feedback, a guidepost directing the next step and informing better decisions. This mindset nurtures resilience and tenacity, because each challenge becomes a classroom, each obstacle an opportunity to expand wisdom, and each experience a building block in the architecture of achievement. Growth also requires curiosity and openness to ideas beyond your current understanding or expertise. Exposure to diverse perspectives, cultures, disciplines, and methodologies broadens your thinking, sparks innovation, and allows you to approach problems with creativity and insight that would be impossible from a limited viewpoint. The pursuit of lifelong learning fosters self-awareness, as each new lesson invites reflection on strengths, weaknesses, values, and priorities. By continually evaluating your progress and areas for improvement, you ensure that growth is purposeful rather than haphazard, directed toward enhancing the qualities and competencies most relevant to your goals and vision. Commitment to learning also builds confidence, because knowledge and mastery generate competence. The more you learn, the more equipped you become to tackle complex challenges, make informed decisions, and seize opportunities that others may overlook. Confidence born from continual growth is grounded, enduring, and adaptable, providing a solid foundation for sustained success. Lifelong learning is not limited to technical skills or intellectual knowledge. It encompasses emotional intelligence, communication, leadership, and the ability to navigate human relationships effectively. Personal growth in these areas amplifies influence, collaboration, and impact, allowing you to achieve goals that extend beyond individual effort. Furthermore, a growth-oriented mindset creates momentum. Every lesson applied, every skill developed, and every insight gained compounds over time, producing exponential improvements in capability, performance, and results. Those who commit to growth understand that success is not finite. There is always a higher level to reach, a deeper understanding to attain, and a greater potential to realize. This approach encourages adaptability and innovation, as the willingness to learn ensures that you are not constrained by outdated methods, rigid thinking, or fear of change. Instead, you remain fluid, resourceful, and prepared to seize opportunities as they arise. Lifelong growth also inspires others, creating a culture of continuous improvement and excellence in personal, professional, and communal spheres. By modeling the pursuit of knowledge, skill, and wisdom, you attract like-minded individuals, mentors, and collaborators who reinforce and elevate your journey. To cultivate lifelong growth, it is essential to establish routines that integrate learning into daily life, to set goals that challenge and stretch your abilities, and to approach each day with curiosity, intentionality, and the desire to improve. It involves reflection on experiences, extraction of lessons, and deliberate application of knowledge to refine behavior, decision-making, and performance. Ultimately, committing to lifelong growth transforms the trajectory of your life, ensuring that every stage, every challenge, and every opportunity contributes to the expansion of your capabilities, the deepening of your wisdom, and the realization of your potential in ways that are consistent, sustainable, and continuously advancing, allowing you to achieve not just temporary success, but a lifetime of victories, mastery, and fulfillment.